720 letters I'm writing to you. I believe you have grown into a beautiful woman with that Malika smile of yours. Sometimes I wish we were both abducted that night. Yawa tira kana la phone. Unyang mabe. La boy. Wajoli. Nyeng lubag pa.
Huyo ni baba yako. Mheshimu kama baba yako.
Chidongo mai mero ikinanya ikumanya matiri kumana.
En kwa mari wacha ni abino ya ni en.
Gina mati ati mani dushu bere megoki. Arita mete hona dushu. Abidu wo hegan. Oui.
Ben. Ben man chama lui. Ami ding mecha duwe na hakana momo nya kamera ti. Mweshi.
The Spirit of God, tell me that I will rule the country Uganda with the spirit of 10 commandments.
Interesting. Now, that Ugandan movie, Konyi Order from Above, was submitted by a local Uganda Award Selection Committee to the 92nd Academy Awards, commonly known as the Oscars. Now, this is the first time Uganda is submitting an entry into the prestigious awards, and it comes a few months after a 7-member Uganda Academy Selection Committee was launched. Now, the movie is currently showing in cinema. Set amidst Joseph Konyi's brutal LRA rebellion in northern Uganda, the film focuses on the love story of 2 young lovers who must fight for love and life. In the studio, we have the producer of the movie, Mr. Stephen Ayeni, and Mr. Kagwan Andrew, a member of the 7-member selection committee that made this selection. Now, let's start with you, Andrew. Good morning and welcome to Morning at NTV.
Good morning.
Now, critics have complained about this submission, that it was rushed, suggesting that Uganda should have given filmmakers some time to get their house in order. Why did the committee choose this particular movie? And what do you say to those that think that the failure at this stage may spell doom for other movie makers?
First, I'll say that much as I'm part of the committee, right now I want to be as a journalist because I do not want to say what I'm not supposed to say on behalf of the committee. But though I would say the critics were right.
Since it's a bit young, launched in July.
Yes. I would say the critics were right and the committee was right.
Okay.
So everyone was right. One of the things I would say is people will always tell you that it is not yet the right time, but then another person will ask you, when is the right time? It is true the Ugandan film industry has to get in order. Like many things are still lacking. For instance, to date you will notice that it's so hard for a Ugandan film to be booked in cinema. But then for how long are we going to wait, and when are we going to know that it is the right time now to start thinking about this?
So why did the committee choose this particular movie, Konyi Order from Above?
The committee had very many reasons, and for this I'm not going to speak for them. I will speak as a journalist. One of the things I've seen about the film, because I've been lucky to be part of many juries, many festival juries, and the film has been part of those that I've watched very many times. And I would tell you that it's a daring film. I could not say it's a perfect film, because we are yet to produce perfect films in Uganda. Worldwide, actually, people are here to produce perfect films. But it's a very daring film. It's about an international figure that's known world over. Like, I mean, even if I wasn't part of this committee, I believe someone else who would have been part of it would have somehow thought about this film because of the international figure around it and how it's in the news. You know how many films have been made about Connie, documentaries. I think in 2005 there was one called War Dance, and then there was Connie 2012, and then there have been films, different films, where Connie has been depicted in a certain way. So he's an international figure.
So right now we are focusing on the love aspect, not the conflict in itself.
I think this is a film that tried to understand the conflict, tried to understand the personality of Connie, and they were trying to do this using the love aspect, two lovers, and I like the fact that one of the lovers is almost inspired by a true OT who suspiciously was killed by the LRA rebel. It's thought he was killed by the LRA, the commander.
Now let me talk to the director, Stephen Ayani.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Now, Joseph Kony and his band of rebels were defeated and chased into the jungles of Garamba by the UPDF. He has not been a threat for over 15 years. So why did you choose to tell this story now? Why is it so important?
Well, if I didn't tell this story, someone else was going to tell it. And I thought it was important for me to tell it as someone who hails from northern Uganda.
Yes.
I was there during the war. And yeah, as a filmmaker as well. So I wanted to own the story as a Ugandan.
So why is it important now?
Well, I want to use the film as an aspect for healing for my people, our people who have gone through trauma. Some of them think the world no one cares about what they went through. So I feel like it's important for them to understand that, you know, everyone has, you know, seen what they've been going through.
So the people who are affected, this movie you hope will give them some kind of closure.
I've actually seen a lot of them come to the cinema. A few days ago, some came to the cinema and they were weeping. And, you know, they felt like, you know, at least someone has seen what they went through. Yeah, so, yeah.
So what was your experience like making this movie?
Well, it wasn't easy. It was a low budget. We had 445 people. Being a director, producer, that means you have to feed them, take care of them, medically, in all aspects. It wasn't easy. Yeah.
Well, the chairperson of the selection committee, Mr. Godfrey Msinguzi, and I hope this is a statement Andrew is bound by, has called your movie a human story with universal themes and authenticity. Now, this is a very broad endorsement of your art. How far do you see your movie going?
Well, just this movie or?
Just this movie.
Well, I feel like this film this is just the beginning. Well, we've already reached a step where, you know, Ugandans have played a role to go to the cinemas to watch. I believe that this film, the plan is to do a tour, the country tour and then the world tour. So I believe that this is going to give the film opportunity to be watched by many people all over the world.
So I understand the movie has been streaming already from the 20th of September up to the 26th, I think yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
How has the reception been?
Well, it's been amazing. Surprisingly, you know, I've been watching a lot of Ugandan films. Like you said, our people don't really go to cinemas to watch Ugandan films, but surprisingly for the 7 days, last night I felt like maybe we should give it another week. Yeah.
Let's go to Andrew. For the filmmakers out there who want to be in Stephen's shoes, what can they do to get there?
Well, I would tell filmmakers that the goal should never be the Oscars. The goal should be the audience. One, regardless of what happens to Connie, Order from Above, whether it's officially selected or not, I'm very happy that it has made a 7-day cinematic run. This is the very first time. Okay, not the first time. The very first time was 27 Guns, but yeah, we kind of understand how that happened. I'm very happy that an ordinary filmmaker, a low-budget filmmaker, has had a film at the cinema for 7 days, and people have been coming to see that film. Like, I would trade everything to simply have people come to see my film. So for any local filmmaker out there, I would just ask them to make a film that speaks to the people. Make a film that speaks to a Ugandan. Make a film that people see them, selves in that film.
When you look at this Konyi order from above, do you think it's a game changer? Do you think it's going to change the game of movie making in Uganda?
I think when Konyi Order from Above came out, it was just an ordinary film. And then came the awards, the Zanzibar International Film Festival Awards, the PIF and everything. But then still, it was still just a film. And then came the Oscar buzz. That Oscar buzz, that bit of it, trust me, is going to change the way this industry works.
So, Mr. Ayeni, let's conclude this conversation with you telling us what the people should expect from Mr. Ayeni moving forward. We have Order from Above, Konyi. So what's the next project?
Well, I won't reveal the next project. Let's just watch.
You just tease me for marketing.
Well, we'll do that. But there are so many scripts that are written. So right now, after Order from Above, with my colleagues, I'm still thinking, is it this one? Is it the other one? Because they say you're as good as your last project. So
any last comments to our viewers out there?
Thank you so much, Uganda. Thank you for trusting me. And thank you so much for coming to watch the film. Let's wait for what the judges will say.
And I believe something concrete is going to come out of that. Mr. Kagwa, any last remarks?
I would just ask Ugandans to watch and support Ugandan films. Like, I know the sweat that goes through these things. I've been behind the scenes on very many projects and people put in a lot. The best we can give them is try to support these films. Let's try to come out.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for coming. It's been absolutely amazing, and I really wish you the best.
Thank you for
Yes.
listening.
We've been bantering about the Konyi movie Order from Above, which is now already in cinemas. It has been streaming from the 20th of September up to the 26th, that is yesterday, but you can still watch the movie. It's very, very interesting. Right about now, we're going to link into Mala, who has an update with regards to what's happening in Hoima there, but we shall take a short break before we do that. We'll be right back.